Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about Tilray, ticker symbol TLRY, as it continues to be one of my favorite plays for the year of 2021. And on Friday, there was some news released that kind of went under the radar, but could have monumental impacts for Tilray and other weed stocks in this next coming week. So we're going to break that down, then go over the charts, breaking down key indicators and levels so we know what to expect moving forward. Without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to encourage everybody to subscribe to the channel and leave a thumbs up on this video. It helps me out tremendously. And if we do get to 100 subscribers by the end of this week, then I will be doing a live stream all of Monday's trading session where I will answer any questions you guys have, go over any charts that you guys are currently playing. And I'm also going to show you my day trading process as we find the next 20 to 30 to 50% runner. So if that all sounds good to you, then subscribe to the channel and let's hop right into the analysis. Okay, so here is the news I was talking about. It came out on Friday, and as we can see, a key chairman plans to reintroduce a bill to federally legalize marijuana and promote social equity in the industry as early as next week. Okay, this bill is known as the MORE Act. It was introduced in the last December, and it did pass overwhelmingly in the House before getting rejected by the Senate, which at the time was controlled by the GOP. However, now the Democrats control the Senate, and it is much more likely to pass and get approved. And as we can see, four sources familiar with the strategy said that their understanding is that Gerald Nader plans to introduce the revised legislation ahead of Congress's Memorial Day recess. Okay, that begins at the end of next week. And they're saying that there are plans to introduce this prior to that, meaning it's going to come this next week. And that could have monumental impacts on Tilray, especially when we take a look at the chart and realize that this 1570 to 1590 range that we talked about in Tuesday's video continues to be very, very pesky for Tilray. However, if legalization news did come and we did get that push in volume as a result, we could easily break past this and then start heading all the way back into the $20 ranges. Speaking of this chart, taking a look at indicators, the first one I want to take a look at is the volume weighted average price. It's this yellow line right here. And as you guys can see, Tilray did close above the VWAP. That means the bulls are in control heading into Monday's trading session. Other indicators to keep your eyes on are right here. This purple line, that's the 21-day EMA. That's kind of a short to intermediate term moving average that I like to use as a trader to tell you whether we're in bullish or bearish territory. And right now, in that short to intermediate term, we are sitting in bearish territory. However, with this legalization news and this push we would get from it, we could break past that, and then things would start to turn extremely bullish for Tilray in the short term. We also have this major indicator down here at 1375. That's the 200-day moving average. This is our biggest support level. We did test it at the very, very beginning of this week, and we were able to push above it. And as long as we stay above it, Tilray is looking bullish in the longer term. Okay, now taking a look at support and resistance levels. So here's what we're going to be dealing with next week. Okay, the first support level is going to be $15.10. After that, 1465. After that, 1420. And then finally, this 200 moving average is going to be a huge support. If it does break below and can't hold this 200 moving average, then things unfortunately turn very, very bearish for this stock. However, we still have a few resistance levels or support levels to get through before we go and test that. Okay, these support levels are very important to keep on your chart because if you are planning to open a position or increase your position in the stock, these are the exact levels that you want to do it at. By doing so, you minimize your risk and maximize your reward. Because if you buy at a level, let's say you're buying at 1510, you know one of two things can happen at a support level. It can either hold as support and then you start trending upwards, or it will break support. If it breaks support, you can cut your position right away. Let's say it breaks below 15 because you know it's going to go down to this next support level. And by doing so, you've only lost, 10 cents per share. Meanwhile, if it does break upwards and it starts testing, 45 and then 70, well, now all of a sudden your reward is a lot higher than your risk. So that's why you should always have support levels in mind. However, now looking at resistance levels, we got resistance at 1545 and then major resistance here. Okay. We have this 1570 to 1590 range that we've been talking about for a while now. And now the 21-day EMA has come all the way down to this $16 range. So this is going to be kind of a trio of resistance points, making a resistance zone that's going to be super hard to push through without any volume. But like I said, with promises of legalization legislation coming through, this would be able to get pushed through. And by doing so, it becomes incredibly bullish. If we do see that push happen, we can expect resistance at 1640, 1690, and 1730 afterwards. So that's what you need to keep in mind as far as resistance levels go. Also, keep an eye on volume. Right now, Tilray's kind of been stagnant as far as volume goes. No major news really causing anything to pump up. It was actually a slower week in volume, but we saw some upwards price action, so that's fine. However, with legalization news, expect to see a volume number more like this 75 million. Okay. That's the type of volume we want to expect this thing to push forward. So keeping a close eye on that as well if you are long and bullish on this stock. So, with all that being said, let me know, do you agree with my analysis? Do you disagree? Do you think that we are going to get that legalization legislation introduced and push upwards? Or do you think there's more consolidation ahead? If you have any questions, let me know. Aside from that, leave a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And have a great rest of your weekend.